Alright guys, TacticalRab here, and today hope you're doing well and enjoying your day so far. The bracket has been revealed for the off-season Black Ops 2 Throwback tournament coming up very soon indeed. Scump's team is going to be the favourites, I imagine, for this first round game, and he's not so convinced they're going to win necessarily, given a couple of his teammates don't have too much experience on this title. Very much intrigued to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Hit the like button if you enjoy. Subscribe if you're new as always. I would greatly appreciate it. First of all, yesterday was the FaZe Cold War 1v1 tourney thing that they did, and as we saw on Black Ops 3, that Cellium and Simp team was just, like, no way they were going to lose. Just way too good, those guys, on that title. Whereas on Cold War, it's a slightly different story. This done primarily with the AK-74U, and you can probably theorize which players might have come out on top of this one. And the winner was none other than aBeZy. Scythe actually went through and did everything for this, took down all the numbers, so I appreciate that. So, yeah, I was started to watch this actually on Simp's stream, because he was kind of watching, I think he was on Drazah's point of view, and they were kind of watching each other type thing. aBeZy was down 7-1 to Drazah, and then smoked him 19-6 in the final set of lives to win 20-13. Simp then went down to Cellium 18-20, or like Nuketown 1v1s, you know the vibe, stuff like this anyway. aBeZy then took down Cellium 20-15, Simp beat Drazah, and then aBeZy beat Simp as well. So that left the final scores as follows. So actually Drazah did get his own back on Cellium at the end and won that one, but still aBeZy went 3-0 for the day, 60 kills, 44 deaths. Simp, I guess, was technically second place, then Cell, then Drazah. So, you know, makes sense in a way. And we've got the Cold War. I think we've got the Cold War Throwback tournaments coming up relatively soon from Zuma, and that will be quite the thing to watch these guys back on at that game, because aBeZy and Simp especially aBeZy on situations like this, but all of those guys are just ridiculous at that title. Now, this I thought was hilarious, to be honest. This, like, tweet that I did kept on kind of finding the audiences, and a lot of people from, like, the really casual side of COD stumbled across this tweet, and it was really funny seeing some of the quote tweets and the reaction to this. Some people also thought that this was me in the video, and I wish that I was this good at COD as Cellium is, but they were calling me, oh, you know, you virgins are why the game is ruined and all this stuff. I thought it was pretty funny. So even this guy, Humble Pig, to be fair, I don't blame what he's saying here, because, you know, this is what the pros thought back in the day. He says he's playing on controller because every time he games, it's like he's tracking enemies through walls and through objects. And this is what, you know, people thought, especially given Cellium's high sense, that he was cheating, right? That he was keyboarding or something back in the day when he was first playing these games, when he was an unknown kid. Nowadays, we know that Cellium, and he's obviously built different, but I thought that was pretty entertaining. And this is another point that I did want to address, because the time to kills in games like even Black Ops 2, but certainly Black Ops 3, were not exactly crazy long. I mean, you could die quick. The M8 would one burst you in an instant, the RK5 could one burst you in an instant, and it was the same thing way back in Black Ops 2. Now, I think there's a good reason, though, why the time to kill being fast in the last few games, because, first of all, that kill on Proto there, like, he was one shot, you know what I mean? Like, he was, someone had already tagged him up and got him weak. It does still take 4 bullets to kill with the M8. But to me, the difference is that back in these games, it was, first of all, in a game like Black Ops 2, it was actually just harder to shoot. The aim assist was nowhere near as strong as it is nowadays. And in a game like Black Ops 3, you've got movement, you've got all these other mechanics, the wall running and everything, so it's actually just more difficult to hit shots and to kill people. So the time to kill, I don't think is not incredibly relevant in terms when you compare it to how easy it is to shoot and to kill people. Now, I still think the Black Ops 3 time to kill is great, personally, and it's better than, like, COD Ghost, where it was just insanely fast. But I think there is more to it with these modern games than just you die so fast. There's also other mechanics, right? It's like on, let's say, Vanguard or Modern Warfare 2, the recent ones, even Modern Warfare 19 was especially bad for this. If someone's posted up on a heady and you're running in, you've got no chance. You know, the weapon pulls up so slow, you're just immediately dead. Whereas in Black Ops 3, if that's the case, it's not the case, is what I'm trying to get across here, which is why the game was so much fun. So anyway, we are going back to Black Ops 2 in a couple of weeks' time here, the off-season tournament 2, 23rd to 24th of September. Lots going on here, of course, that Hitch and that are putting on. What I'm most interested in, as I'm sure most of you guys are, is the $25,000 Black Ops 2 Throwback tournament, which will be ongoing at the same time. Now, they did this last year as well, and of course, they're raising money for charity, which is fantastic stuff, and they do a great job of this every single season. Last year, I think Killer, if anything, kind of stole the show. He was really good. Of course, Black Ops 2 World Champion on Freako Impact. Even Big Timer put on a show last year. Scump's team ended up getting the job. I'm pretty sure Scump's team won it, didn't they? So he'll be trying to do the same thing again and defend that title. So the guys were discussing this on the latest podcast, actually. They talked about some interesting talking points. Last perfect map. They also discussed, like, could there be a London event potentially at some point in the future as well? Just because, given the fact that there's no London team anymore, maybe they'll do something in London. I mean, they've got the World Series of Warzone finals in London in just a week's time that I'm going to be there for, so that's exciting stuff. It's only an afternoon. I'm not especially interested in Warzone, but it is a UK COD event, so, you know, difficult to keep me away from these, to be honest. So anyway, I'll be there for that one, which would be exciting, but still, Champs in London would be nice. We believe the kickoff event for the new season is going to be in Atlanta, and the only real chance that London has of getting an event is a kickoff or the championship itself, which the league actually put on rather than individual teams. And yeah, I don't know. It's unlikely, but the players and these guys, even though a lot of the players don't necessarily like traveling to the UK or don't like the British food, shall we say, apart from Nando's, which they absolutely love for some reason. Nando's is solid for sure, but like the pros have a love affair with Nando's. I really just don't quite understand it. But yeah, hopefully that'll happen again in the near future. But what they were discussing here also were the teams and the bracket that is being formed. So Hitch goes through what we can expect to see in the very first round here and how we might predict this to be going.
Speaking of the off season, you guys, the three of you guys are playing in the off season Black Ops 2 Invitational, all on separate teams, and I do have the first round has already been made. So you guys want to hear your first round?
Yeah.
Sure. All right, so it's gonna be Scump.
Teams are there? Four,
yeah. So you, Damon,
Pred,
Shotzzy.
CDL team, dude.
Yeah, but it's BO2.
Yeah, okay.
And last year on BO2 was running around trying to dolphin dive and shit, just getting killed.
Who are they playing? Are they playing us or no?
Yeah, they're playing you guys.
Me,
Of course.
me, Nadeshot, Zuma, Attach.
Yep.
Which I feel like is actually a sleeper team because I think Attach is gonna be good.
Tommy asked me how he can play.
If Tom's gonna be on the pen, I mean, I don't know what he's gonna do.
If Tom's on the pen,
If Tom's hitting pen, we're beat. Because I know Nade's gonna be backseating.
no, that's you guys are gonna be good. Because
I
like
think
you
so.
guys have BO2 experience. See, like we have like cracked players, but like Pred and Ant, I don't know if they've played BO2.
I think Nade's gonna be
Like,
so
at
passionate.
all.
I think Nade's gonna be spewing. Yeah,
I mean, this is Nate's first LAN, and
yeah, I know.
I mean,
He's gonna be loving it.
He is.
oh no,
I
when
mean,
he
the
hit me
fact-
up, I was like, what?
The fact that Matt wants to come, just like
He
he's
loves
gonna be
it.
loving it.
He loves it.
He's gonna be loving it.
That's
I
just
can't
really
wait to
fun.
shit on you in what is it? 18 days?
It's coming up.
Holy shit, that just
Wait, so who do we play?
It's the 23rd, right?
Yeah, 23rd.
Yeah.
Who's the other team? It's you.
It's
Who's your team?
Me,
It's you
Killa, Temp, Nameless.
versus who? Who's the fourth team?
John, Clay, Aches,
Krem?
Krem. Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
shit.
Oh,
Okay.
that's gonna be.
That's gonna be a tough one.
Yeah.
John
pretty good
287
team.
round in the corner.
Well, Krem's been racing, so
Yeah.
that should be all right.
And
Oh, shit.
Nameless is 100% going to be the most passionate person at the whole tournament.
Wow. What the
100%.
No, Clay might be.
dude? Clay was raging.
loves
Remember
that
Clay was
kind of
raging
shit.
last year. Why?
Oh,
Why did
yeah.
we pull it right? And I was like, dude, shut the. Like we're playing Black Ops 2 in 2022. Shut up.
It is
Shit's all
25
delayed.
racks, though.
I'm not gonna lie, I got mad last year too, though.
Nah.
When we lost to Caps team, I got pretty pissed.
Really?
So these are the 4 teams in question that have been announced over the last couple of weeks. So there's 4 teams. I'm forget exactly what the tournament format was last year, but I'm guessing it's some sort of double elimination thing where they play winners round 1 against each other, and then the winners of those 2 games play a winners final. That team gets to the grand finals, then the losers bracket happens. So I think that makes a fair bit of sense if that's how they decide to go for it. So these are the 4 teams, and it will be Team 1 versus Team 2, Team 3 versus Team 4 in that very first round. Nadeshot playing it is so cool, honestly, to see, because yeah, it's been a long time since Nadeshot's really played anything. I remember, wasn't it a few years ago now, maybe early part of the CDL, the Nadeshot said that he would play a Challengers Cup, or like he would come back and compete or something. I think he did a bet or something and he lost it, and he had to say that he was going to play again at some point, but I don't think he ever really did. So maybe now is his chance. So these are the 2 teams. Now Zinni, of course, feels actually pretty confident. He says his team's a bit of a sleeper team, and it might well be, to be fair, but you've then got to realize you've got the whole Scump versus Zinni thing, and in basically anything that Scump and Methods play, Scump always seems to slam him, right? You know, the king versus the Hand of the King. So there's only one favourite here for this series, and that's got to be Scump's team. But it's going to be great to see Scump versus Nade and methodZ. Okay, maybe Hitch has rigged the bracket somewhat to give us the most exciting first round game, but nonetheless, I think we appreciate it. So how good is Scump's team going to be? Because as Scump was saying there, he's not, 100% confident. He's confident in Karma, of course, and Karma likely will be one of the best players in this entire tournament because Karma was ridiculously good at Black Ops 2, and, people forget how, given the fact that Karma was like the dirty work guy, the guy filling the gaps on the OpTic Dynasty, people forget that Karma was like the best slayer in the game back in Black Ops 2 and had that, 28 kill streak or something on game at our point. I mean, ridiculous times in COD. But Pred and Shotzzy, how are they going to fare? Right, Pred, I think his playstyle should translate pretty well. Shotzzy, it's kind of tough to say. I mean, he didn't even play the Black Ops 3 tournament the other day. Not saying that he needed to or anything, but it would have been interesting to see how Shotzzy got on Black Ops 3, because not a game that he played much of, I'm guessing, back in the day, if anything at all. Same story I'm imagining for Black Ops 2. Plays a lot different. You can't just do the crazy movement that Shotzzy does nowadays. It's a little bit more about positioning. It's a little bit more about strafing in mid gunfight and stuff like this. Left stick aiming rather than right stick aiming, as Crimsix used to call it. So yeah, Scump is maybe going to need to take his boys on a bit of a boot camp if they want to defend Scump's crown. I'd also thought it was funny, their discussion on like who the most passionate player is going to be. Nameless is for sure going to be up there. I mean, this is like a pure vibes team, right, of Killer, Bows, Nameless, and Temp. That's going to be their communication, and listeners are going to be hilarious, no doubt. And then they said like Clay's going to be the most passionate. I thought methodZ point as well, the fact that Clay was just getting really annoyed at Zinni for putting the flag the wrong way last year was just hilarious, because just shows the type of guy Clayster is, right? Like, he absolutely wants to win at all costs. It doesn't matter if it's a, tournament on a game that came out 10 years ago. Clay still wants you to make the right play at the right moment. And to be fair, when there's 25 grand on the line, you can't necessarily blame the guys for wanting to do that. So, and of course, this is a large chunk of the Complexity Dynasty. Clay, Aches, and Crimsix, of course. No TP, unfortunately, but John is here instead. And that was the, pretty much the entirety of the Complexity team that took down Freaker Impact in a legendary fashion to pretty much usurp the world champions and begin that period of dominance that Complexity had. So that's going to be the other bracket, right? With Killer, Bows, Nameless, Temp against Crimsix's team. And as Bo said, Crim's been playing a lot of the racing games. How much COD's he been playing? Now, can Crim hop on and still be pretty good? I imagine yes. But, Bo seems confident they can take these guys down. But I think going in, you've got to look at, this team is probably got to be the favourites, haven't they, really? Just because they've got some legendary Black Ops 2 names. Then I guess you're looking at Scump's team. But I am especially looking forward to seeing Nadeshot return, because, Nadeshot, a lot of the guys that, people have got into COD over the last couple of years will never have seen Nadeshot play a tournament, right? Because he retired really early relative to some of these other, the likes of Crim, and obviously Clay still going, but Scump and Karma and these guys retired over just the last few years. Okay, Karma 2020, but it's still like 3 years ago. Nadeshot retired in, 2015, right? Which is, for the 2015, after the 2015 World Championship, Nadeshot took a hiatus, which, never returned from this hiatus. This is, I guess, the return. So it'll be really cool to see, especially in Search and Destroy. Nadeshot's always been very good in that game mode, especially in COD Ghost. So definitely excited to see how this one goes. And yeah, I guess the big question that Scump has is how good Shotzzy and Pred are actually going to be at this title. Because, and I thought this interesting from the COD League, for the last 2 seasons in a row, in 2022 and 2023, both, Pred and Shotzzy, and also Dashy, ended up all on the same all-star team. I guess they were on the first team in 2022 and the second team here in 2023. And of course, now they're going to be on the same team. No Dashy in this tournament, but nonetheless, pretty interesting stuff. So very much intrigued to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. Take care, and I'll see you next time.